Well, hello there, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon to full moon. Next, we're looking at the new moon on Tuesday, November the 26th, running through to full moon December 12th. 12/12 should be easy to remember that, right? So new moon in Sag, full moon in Gemini. Cool. What do I need read if you are new to my channel? Oh, if you're new to my channel, I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angelo Lyons Mal, for short. President of Drawing the Circle Production Spiritual Events Company since 1998. Reading, teaching, however, to bring people together with spirit. That's our corporate tagline, bringing people together with spirit. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and now I guess a YouTuber, and great fun. Very honored to be doing my work in this way for perfect service and perfect pay for the well-being of all with harm to none, as I will it, so let it be done. Spellcaster. So let's dive in. What do I need reading? It's sort of like pulling an oracle card every day, asking, well, what do I need, right? Takes a certain amount of humility, a certain amount of open-mindedness to even assume that you might not know what you need, understanding that there's always a higher truth, right? That's what sparks evolution. When you ask, okay, I have no clue, I accept, I might have some ideas and some agendas, some things that I want, but what do I need? And so we work with 6 different divination systems. Decks. All the decks are in the description box below. Go have a nice look-see-dook-see at my description box. There's a lot of cool links down in there. A couple of my books, a couple of vids. Even the Matt Kahn vid, I'm just keeping it on there from now on. Soul Contracts, Redefining Twin Flames and Soulmates. Such a pivotal video for me. I can only share that as a Virgo. You understand, don't you, Gemini? We're both ruled by Mercury, and my God, that retrograde was hell on earth, wasn't it? So other than that, we're just going to breathe. Remember, this is a general reading. It's very simple, just coordinates, right? Puzzle pieces. Go check your other sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, put it together. Let's keep it light. And because we're going into the holidays with Thanksgiving here in the U.S., we're going to try and shoot for some angle of gratitude as well. Really good for a waxing cycle, half cycle. Ready? Please breathe. Breathe in the guidance, the grace, the presence of the divine on every inhale. Exhale those very same blessings out into the world, taking with it anything that needs to be let go of in the moment. Please bear with me with any coughing, still in like day whatever, 560,000 of this head cold that ate Long Island. Quit smoking though, so that's sort of expediting as well as elongating the process. So let's dive in now. Here we go. My pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one Caroline Mace archetype to represent this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What is the dominant archetype for this that this Gemini needs to look at? This is what do I need reading. What do they need to look at? What do they need to alchemize from lead to gold? What is the soul power being developed for them? Yep, it's only one. For this new moon to full moon next. Ooh, the Seeker. Very good for a Gemini, right? That mutable air. It's like, ooh, seeking. But what are you seeking? How are you seeking? Why are you seeking? We're going to look at the lead and the gold, the shadow, and the light to move this up, right? To level you up, which is good for a waxing tide. Shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found, right? So now you know what the path is, you know what's working for you, you know what you want, you know it's going to work, but you just can't commit because what if there are other paths that are better? Well, I got to tell you, in the quantum, my dear Gemini, there are an infinite number of them. Don't worry. What that is, I heard this recently, FOMO, fear of missing out. Take the path in front of you that you know, right? It's like an inability to commit to a path once found. You found it. You know what to do. But what if? And second thinking, we all do it, but air signs in particular, Gemini, in particular, particularly not just sun, but moon or rising, right? Because it affects them in different ways that way. That's second guessing and inability to commit once you know what to do. Once even the divine has said here, because you know what happens? We end up in dark night of the soul. Because we keep asking the gods, the guides for guidance and grace. They give it to us and we're like, nah, I don't wanna, right? And they'll let us get away with that for a little bit until they're like, okay, then we're cutting you off from guidance and grace for a while until you eat your meat. I'm sorry, you're not getting, how can you have your pudding when you haven't had your meat, right? So, when you haven't eaten your meat, so, that shadow attribute, keep an eye on that. You know what to do. You know you found the path. You know what your soul is telling you. But it's sort of like, it makes me uncomfortable. That's the hero's journey, folks. What can I tell you? The light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So to know that this may not be the be-all, end-all. I might be just shown a couple of steps along the path. No one is shown all the way home. That's an article of faith, right? You walk the path and have that thirst for knowledge, right? A thirst for wisdom and truth. Wisdom only comes from experience, so you have to walk the path. So if you're looking for the perfect path, it's not the perfect path until you walk it, until you alchemize the wisdom from it. And to have that constant thirst for truth. What is the truth about myself? What is the truth about this relationship? What is the truth about this waxing moon? To keep yourself thirsty for that so that you keep going for more and more and more experience. That's the seeker and its light. Different than the student, the seeker. Let's ask the angels what they think about that. Oh, my angels, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? What do they need from your celestial guidance and grace, these air signs, for this new moon to full moon next, particularly considering it's new moon in Sagittarius to full moon in Gemini, which is their sign, possibility of a big culmination, a big breakthrough. My angels, please, what say you for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign, seeker archetype? See, celebration, and there's the full moon in the sky. That this 2-week period for you, if you really can commit to the path, there is a huge celebration here for you. Celebrations usually come at the ends of cycles and the beginnings of cycles, right? Like, what are the holidays about, right? New Year's Eve, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, you name it, right? It's like a celebration. It's like, yay, we got this far. Now let's do it again on a higher level, or, move to the next rung, whatever that is. So having that thirst for truth, but, the truth will set you free, but it will probably piss you off first, which is why, Gloria Steinem, which is probably why you don't want to commit to the path once found. Fear of getting hurt, fear of disappointment, fear of being wrong, fear of having to surrender one set of lower vibrational truth for a new higher one. Because that doesn't make you wrong, that makes you evolving. Trust me, as a Virgo, I know this, and I think it's harder for Virgos, we're earth signs. That way, we're not as flighty as Geminis. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. We're just not. Unless you're a Virgo, sun, Pisces, I am a Pisces moon, Virgo, sun, Gemini moon, or something like that. And God fucking bless you, because that's nuts. That's just crazy making. Get thee to a therapist. Let's ask the goddesses what's going on in your yin, in your interior world, your feminine energy. This isn't a Path of True Love read. This isn't Twin Flame, thank God. This isn't Soulmate. Not until next month or the end of this month. I need a break from those. Those are rough. This is really about the divine within you, the goddess within you, the divine feminine, indicating what's going on in your inside world, which you need to adjust or look at. So please, my goddesses, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What say you? What do they need on their inner play? You've got celebration and play that you got to do not just what's easy, but that which sparks your sense of the journey, of the path, of that thirst of knowledge and wisdom. It's like, okay, of truth. Like, I want to play the truth game. Let's see how much truth I can not just see or understand, but metabolize, how much truth I can allow myself to live according to. Living according to our highest truth. to our highest virtue is actually one of the greatest highs of planet Earth. It didn't seem that way, but it seems it's that way now, right? To really say, no, I'm going to speak the truth. And, you know, if it burns down the village, then it's the truth that needed to set me free and to play the game. So on the inner, it's just like, look, it's all a game. And truly, from the higher self perspective, it is all a game. We reincarnate, right? It's just like a video game. And I've learned recently that we also meta-incarnate, which means we play the same life again over and over and over again to get it right. Right, to make wiser choices, to be more truthful, to be more virtuous, and sometimes just to have more fun. If all the outcomes are already determined, then why would we meta-incarnate? So that we can flesh it out and enjoy the ride. Because, yeah, we got the mission done, perhaps, but we were exhausted and we didn't enjoy the outcome, even though it's exactly what we came in to do, so we replay it over and over and over again. Makes sense to me. I mean, why not? At this point, oh, wrong deck. Let's ask, that's Daughters of the Moon Tarot. All the decks are in the description box below if I didn't say that. Mythic Tarot for the Divine Masculine, what you need in the outside, right? So we have a nice complement, Divine Feminine inside, like the Gemini twins, then the Divine Masculine outside. The Yang. Erica, otherwise, although that's Erica Young. Yang, J-O-N-G. Yang. Oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry. I can't wait for this to be over. Not affecting my capacity to read, though, and I've got a client later today, so it's fine. My gods, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. What do they need? What do they need? This one right on top for their Divine Masculine? What do they need? What do they need to focus on? Oh, the Lovers. Now, the Lovers, of course, is always about a decision, right? So if you're having to choose between two lovers feeling like a fool, loving both of them is breaking all the rules. You had to be alive during the 70s and 80s to even know that reference song. What is that? Not Mary McCormick. She's friends with... it's Maureen McCormick. Or one of them is friends with Chelsea Handler. The other one was a singer. It probably still is if she's still alive. Right, the Lovers card. Here we've got the Judging of Paris. The golden apple of immortality thrown into the wedding of Harmonia and Cadmus, written upon it to the most beautiful goddess, scribbled there by the goddess of discord, who never gets invited to the weddings, because who invites wedding to a wedding? Who invites discord to the wedding, right? Paris was chosen to give the apple between either Hera, who offered him ultimate power, Athena, ultimate wisdom, and Aphrodite, his true love, the most beautiful woman in the world, who was Helen of Troy. Chose Aphrodite, chose Helen of Troy, started the Trojan War. It's about the consequences of major life decisions. So while on the inside you really need to go for sort of the truth that gives you joy, that lights you up, in the outside you have a really big decision to make. And really with that card of celebration... excuse me, if you can continue on the path of being truthful, of being honorable, of being virtuous, then this will be an easy decision to make, but the consequences, however, that there is celebration there indicated. Consequences, it would make sense. You make the decision, you bust a move, that you need to make this decision, not just inside, outside as well. It's sort of like the gods are saying enough is enough. Well, Geminis are known for being indecisive. So this is a major decision. Now, if this is between two lovers, if this is between two jobs, if this is between two paths, you know that's going to fit your circumstances, your situation. But certainly I would check my other signs as well, particularly moon sign. Because the Lover's card can indicate absolute, romance. Go check your soulmate, your twin flame reads. Just saying. We're going to get one card from the Masters, but it's half the usual deck of the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, because it was already divided into the problem suit and then the three others. I just kept the three others. The problem suit is back there. Because it's fucking Thanksgiving here, right? It's the holidays. We're going to give you something like, what do you need to focus on to increase, to maybe feel some gratitude for? Cool, cool. Let's breathe. Oh, please, my masters, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need to focus on? What is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, or the piece of grace that they can focus on, perhaps even find gratitude for and with, for this Sagittarius new moon to Gemini full moon? Next, my masters, please, what say you? Hey, which one? Well, I'm going to give you two. Healing and delight, because two, they wouldn't separate. So healing and delight, they wanted to come out together. That this decision will not just be healing to you, but will be a delight. I'll put all the cards together. We'll get down that last Whispers of Love Oracle on there. But this does make sense. It's just, I get the feeling this has been a long time coming, this decision, that you hate to do it during the holidays because it is like a major life decision. Unless it's popping the question to somebody or something really loving like that. But with healing and delight, like, give thanks. This is actually going to turn things around for you in such a good way. But again, will you decide to commit to the path of action taken to maintain that thirst for wisdom and truth wherever you go? That's never going to end. It's not going to end anything, really, except it's going to change your life in the best possible way of your own healing and with delight. What heals, I don't know, but it's healed with delight. And wouldn't you rather heal with delight than through all of the pain and suffering and martyrdom? Yeah. Last card down. Voices of the higher selves, Whispers of Love Oracle, please. The higher selves of all involved. One card in clarity for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising sign seeker archetype for this new moon to full moon next. Please, an overview, a piece of your divine guidance and grace. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible, which does make sense with this seeker, right? Always wanting the next vision, always seeking the highest truth, the higher truth, the highest virtue, if you can commit to the path once found, because therein lies great celebration. But again, we're going to keep referring back to this, but still, just stay in the moment. Dream of the future. Make the choices and the decisions that feel right in your internal world. Like, not just that you're, yay, playing around. Like, don't screw around with other people's hearts, right? Don't play around with other people's minds. I don't feel that's what that's saying. What I'm feeling is like, what lights up that child? Let that inner child, that innocence, your healthy divine heart kind of inspire that. Like, let's play the game. Let's take the risk. Let's, steal the dice and shoot the rice, right? Let's just give this a shot. Let's be a seeker. Let's take the risk because there's something to be celebrated there. Let's play the game, even though it does really, in the external world, involve the lovers in one way, shape, or form. And yeah, the lovers is not always about romantic relationships. It's about a life-changing decision and having to cut away other options for one in particular. Hence, you already kind of know what to do. You got to make the decision in the outside world and do it because, and again, staying in the present, dream of the future. It's like somehow this is all part of the path. Somehow this is all about me manifesting my destiny, that there is delight and healing in that. That chances are you've been in something toxic, that you learned everything that you can learn from it, like the seeker sought and now has gained wisdom and now needs something more healing, more delightful, more playful, but also celebratory. But this last card, one that's very much in the present moment, like you can overanalyze this and what if this 10 million ways and never make this decision. Or you can be in the present and dream in the future. When we dream, everything is possible. But remember, when we dream in that fearful way, then everything is possible that way too. So really having the courage, the bravery to make the decision of the soul, the one that makes the soul grow. Cool. Thank you so much for watching my Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs, please do like, subscribe, help me get to that 1,000 mark so I can do Drunk Tarot. If you don't know what that is, go watch some of the older vids because I talk about it. Because I'm trying to keep these relatively brief. But I will say this, may the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next, to heal, to grow, to become, to make wise decisions and be the best that they can be, fulfilling their role in the divine plan for the well-being of all. Thank you so much for watching. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.